Somebody got hurt.
Uh-oh. Don't want to hear that now.
Welcome all. Welcome everybody to TeamBoydTV Live, the dopest live online NFL show. Wherever you look, I think we're everywhere, Glass. I think we are on Periscope. We are live there. We are live on Facebook Live. We are live on the good old-fashioned YouTubes. Today we're going to be looking up north to the NFC North, Glass show territory. Some changes going to be made up there. Some things, at first I was like, ain't really much to talk about here. But there's some things that happened there. It's some stuff that went down that kind of grants our attention. Once again, I am joined by my homies, by my bros, by my peoples, my co-hosts. What up, the Sage of Sports, Glass and Get With It Sports. What's going on, homie?
What up, bro? What's up, JB? What's up to all the Twitter hustlers out there? Everybody on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. Appreciate you guys joining us. And Q, I heard that shot you just shot right now, man. Before the show even started, you throwing shade on NFC North. It's all good, bro.
But you know what? I got some things that I'm going to say later on in the show that's going to surprise you. So it's going to be good. And also, I'm going to welcome in the Raven Shogun, JB. What's going on, JB?
What up, man? What up, Glass?
Hey, look. What's your Ravens? They first game is tomorrow, right?
Yes.
First preseason game is tomorrow. How you feeling about that? You feeling good going in?
Nah, it's preseason, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just glad football's on, but it's preseason.
It is preseason, but you know what? Preseason gives you that first look, that first glimpse into what your team gonna look like. Glass, I know we had a discussion every year. I don't know why you don't believe in the process, dude. Why don't you believe in the process?
Oh, I believe in the process. Just I'm not entertained till the season starts. This pre stuff, that's for y'all, man.
You know,
that's fake. That's people that's gonna be. That's your future physical therapists, power coaches in the gym and stuff like that. They ain't the players, man. That's just me.
Look,
I'm just letting you know.
Look, I like to see the young dudes when they first get in there, and you be like, and so 5 years from now, when you see that same dude hoisting a Lombardi trophy, you can be like, you know what? I remember seeing this dude back in preseason. I remember when he first came into the league or whatever. You know,
that is very few and far between, bro.
It is. It is. We don't see it that often, JV. But I mean, I don't know. You get you get any stock in the preseason games?
No, it just dwindle the field, man, for the ones who are durable enough to make the squad.
Yeah.
You know, when all that matters is who's on that 53.
Yeah, you know, and then of course you got the whole dark cloud of injury that's looming. You know, so that's always the thing that you got to kind of worry about, and that kind of thing. And the news, Glass, it's a couple of things that went down. Last week we talked about the Miami Dolphins, and you know, since we're talking about the NFC North this week, and this kind of reflects on Chicago a little bit, not really, but it's official. Your boy, Jay Cutler, is a Dolphin. I don't know how you feel about that. First, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed it a little bit last week. Is this a good look for Miami? Did they make the right choice here? Because I don't know. I'm interested to hear other people's take on it because I feel a certain kind of way about it.
Well, we know, of course, Kaepernick out there, but I have to agree with everybody. There's one team that Kaepernick can't go on. That's the Miami Dolphins, right? Because the Fidel Castro shirt he was wearing. So yeah, that's not a good look for him nor Miami. With all the quarterbacks that's out there in the field, I guess you could pick Jay Cutler, but with Jay Cutler comes the nonchalant and whatever. Right. I guess I played type attitude, because if you think about it, he wasn't really gung-ho playing. Yeah. His wife had to force him out the door, talking about get you out the house, and then what's his name?
Gase?
What's the coach name? Yeah, thank you. Had to force him, or beg him to come on the team, and they threw $10 million in his face. And of course, you can't turn down $10 million just be on the field a couple of times. I don't know if they expected a lot from him, but it is what it is. But
JB, that's the part I got the most issue with, because from what it looked like, and I can't confirm this, right? I can't confirm this at all. But I want to. Well, first, let me do this. Sports Talk Network, Steve in the building. I knew he was going to be here because we're talking about the NFC North midnight sessions on Periscope. What's going on, homie? Glad you joined us. Anwar Muhammad is in the building, of course. Aries Falcon is in the house. You know what I'm saying? I can't even say that. The plural blurry. Hey, what up? What's going on? Anyway, back to what I was saying, JB. To me, and I can't confirm this, but it looks like they did the old Brett Favre. It looked like, you know, Cutler was really ready to. Diego was in the building. What's going on, Diego? Ready to get into his broadcasting gig and getting ready to kind of get into that. And they offered him some money, and he was like, you know, I don't know. I can make that on TV. And then they offered him some more money, and he was like, I don't know. I got to practice. I got to do this, that, and the third. So now we up to $10 million, which in my opinion is franchise tag money. This is what you pay a franchise tag person for 1 year. To me, that's a slap in the face. And I know, like, the Colin Kaepernick thing, it's a little bit overblown. But for anybody else that could have been looking at to bring in there, $10 million, Jay Cutler, 1 year. JB, what you think?
It's horrible, and they'll have to live with that. You know, granted, they may not be asking him to do much, and you feel like, you know, what they got and the receivers that they got and Landry leading the way, it should be foolproof. But nothing is foolproof in Miami, and especially dealing with a guy like Jay Cutler who put in the most lack of effort and get the, you know, I think when we speak ill of him, it seemed like the commentators are forced to kind of like to say like, okay, this guy's bad. But everybody just kind of let it go. He snuck up the place in Chicago a long time, and they finally say, "Okay, man, you ain't even trying now. Right. We gotta say that you bad."
So you and me. Look, I'm saying I'm not really upset that they signed Jay Cutler. I'm not, because of the connection with the coach and all that stuff, like you said, Glass. It makes, you know, Jay Cutler had one of his best recent seasons under that guy, right? Makes sense, right?
Right.
But $10 million for 1 year for Jay Cutler. I don't know.
All right, two things. Number one, who else was out there?
I don't know.
Okay. Number two, I'm
not upset about them signing Jay Cutler, but why for that amount of money?
Because that's what he wanted, and he had the leverage. He knew that he was the top quarterback that was out there, whether retired or not. The only way you won't get me out of retirement is give me $10 million, give me starting money, and they was stupid enough to go ahead and pay him that. So I ain't mad at him. That's the Miami Dolphins.
Wow. I don't know, man. It's just...
And then how does Matt Moore feel?
Right.
I've been here all this time.
Yeah.
You just gonna act like I'm ish and I ain't here?
He's been jerked around since Tannehill's arrival. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but back on Hard Knocks, back when Tannehill was a rookie, it was the dude from Jacksonville, Garrard, was there. You know, he was battling more for the spot, you know, for the number 2, right? And he was this dude been jerked around since day one, and they gonna bring in this dude for $10 million for 1 year. Like somebody pointed out in the comment section, $13 million in bonuses, which he probably won't get. But I don't know, JB. It's just, I don't know. I'm just.
Well, look, man. I just want to say it's the same old Sam Bradford situation. These guys are they playing off sour reputations. You give them 1 or 2 good seasons since they've been in the league, and they believe in them for some reason. And they whatever your reputation is, seem like in the NFL, they stick with it. So Matt Moore's been a bag up the majority of his career. He had a couple quality wins in the absence of a starter. So that's who they try to say he is. But I personally think he's better than a lot of guys that's starting. Yeah. It's a lot of guys that ain't playing that's better than some of the ones they keep rotating as starters.
Right.
I think it's just the reputation of some of these coaches in the league, some of these head coaches, and they'll live and die and break the bank for guys that's proven losers.
Absolutely.
It's sad.
It is sad, man. I look at what they got going on, like the laundry list in Cleveland, what they got, the laundry list in New York with the Jets. The team that's playing right now, they might have drafted their future in Watson, but the Texans, they have been having an issue with the quarterback position. And this ain't like it's been something that's been happening recently. This has been going on for quite a while, Glass. And these and JB, I remember years ago on this very show, you talked about this. Like, how are these dudes still around?
Yep, the Matt Flynn's, sorry, Glass, but it's ridiculous, man. They get you go off. It ain't about your mechanics and what you're doing on film. Why they'll give you this money? It's about maybe the defense saved him that day. He had a decent game, and that's all they go off of. You led a team, blah blah blah. But it wasn't about can he just do it because he's a good quarterback?
Right. I don't know. I don't know, Glass. Steve was like he was worried that Tony Romo was gonna come out of retirement and stick it to the Cowboys about going to Miami. And, and as ridiculous as that sound, I mean, based on what's been happening, that probably could have happened because it was the same situation. Like you got a mediocre quarterback, Jay Cutler, Tony Romo, both getting ready to start their first season as broadcasters, and and I mean, it could have happened. Now that would have been more ridiculous in my opinion, but I don't know.
I agree. I don't know if Tony Romo, you know what, other than I see what Cutler did, but I don't know if Tony Romo would have left that boot. I don't know if he's really to withstand that punishment anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He's done.
And I answer Slim, I know Jay Cutler's a bum, but you got to admit he got a cannon for an arm, and every now and then you get little spurts of what he could be doing in the NFL, but his demeanor kind of like sucks the life out of the team because they're looking at him thinking that he don't really give a ish about what's going on the field or not. So it's like, dude, just like I think it was last year before last, Will Young from the Bears told him to wake the F up.
Yeah.
So you get what you pay. Well, you get what you pay for.
Yep, and Miami gonna get that.
Yeah,
and I just got a feeling.
I just don't understand how you can have a position on a team so important, and you don't do that. No, you would do something like that. You don't do that on no other position on the field. You don't see people going back trying to lure Barry Sanders out of retirement, or a guy that just really didn't have a whole lot of enthusiasm and a love for the game. I mean, you wouldn't do that for offensive linemen. You wouldn't get a guy that's semi-retirement or in retirement and then ask him to come back and play. You just don't do that kind of stuff.
Well, you're taking it to a different level, which I know where you're going, and it make a lot of sense, and that's something that we can talk about once the regular season starts, because I know we got some topics that we got simmering that we ain't gonna bring up right now. But we're here to talk about the NFC North, right?
But before we talk about that, I'm gonna give shouts out to 7 individuals that walked up into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Kicker Morton Anderson,
yes.
Running back Terrell Davis, safety Kenny Easley, owner Jerry Jones, defensive end Jason Taylor, running back LaDainian Tomlinson, and quarterback Kurt Warner. Congrats to them, man.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I know we already 13 minutes in, and we still got this division to talk about. Look, Kurt Warner for the Hall of Fame. Look, before I say what I'm gonna say, I'm a Kurt Warner fan. I am. I think what he did, coming off the bench and in St. Louis, and to an already awesome team, you know what I'm saying, and then going to Arizona, who was already set up to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. Maybe later, maybe like 6 years from there, maybe I would have been agreed with it. I just the Kurt Warner thing don't sit well with me, man. It just don't. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It don't. I love the guy. I don't know. But I would say about time for LT though, because that dude was a dude that kind of made a difference on whatever team he was on. Because even though San Diego was like, he's too old or whatever, he went to New York and did the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Your argument, somebody would argue the same for Terrell Davis, whose career was very short.
But here's the difference though. Terrell Davis pulled down 2 Super Bowl championships though.
Kurt Warner had 2 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, but okay. And then he did play longer than Davis too, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Davis.
That's how it sounds like. It's about who you like more versus the reason.
Like I said, I like Warner, man. It just seemed weird to me that there's so much attention went on this guy when really he didn't really do much in the league. I'm just saying, like compared to the other guys that he walked that stage with, he contributed the least.
I don't know, man. I mean, he was a starting quarterback for the greatest show on turf. You have to go back and look at his numbers.
Which anybody could have been
too. He
was the guy throwing the football in this system, so he got the Hall of Fame numbers. Trust me. All right. So I mean, whether you want to look at his relevancy or just his pure numbers, so
I don't know. I just feel like Anybody could have did what happened in St. Louis. Anybody could have did that. I think if Green didn't go down, it probably would have been the same start. That team was that good, man.
They really was. But here's my the other side of the same coin. Why is Jerry Jones wearing a gold jacket? What has he done?
Jerry Jones,
besides talk junk and pump money into the league,
Well, there you go. That's the number one thing right there. And the fact that he showed the league how to make money. And look, I'm not a Jerry Jones guy, but
so how are you? You should be in the business Hall of Fame. This is the football. This is football we're talking about, right?
We don't have no NFL.
So why are you in the NFL Hall of Fame for showing the business?
Because he took the league. He took the league from where it was.
He changed the dynamic of the league.
Right. He took the league from where it was, which was cool.
Well, you got to get a guy a different award because we're talking about Canton, Ohio.
Hey, but hold up.
So you telling me Jerry Jones's contributions?
Did he win in a short amount of time?
He didn't win jack. He financed the Super Bowl. Maybe keep it real.
Whatever. Look, I think Jerry Jones got more. He got more contributions to the game to earn that jacket than a Kurt Warner. I'm sorry.
Isn't there another owner in the league in the Hall of Fame? Did they just put what's his name? 49ers. Bartolo or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, again, that dude. Look, and it was the same situation. Came in as a young owner, got the team. Got a bunch of championships at a quick pace. I mean, the only thing that's different is that he didn't infuse the same amount of cash into the league as the Jerry Jones did.
I don't understand his Hall of Fame candidacy. Period.
I'm just telling you.
That's good. Hey, but shouts out to him because you see them shoes he had on.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Phil Knight hooked him up, boy.
Absolutely, right? Because they said he was only like the third person that got custom shoes like that. It was Jordan. It was who was the second dude? Was it James?
I don't know who it was. I think it might have been James, but yeah. Them things were tight. I ain't gonna lie. With the Hall of Fame logo on.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Y'all saying Jerry Jones is more, his candidacy is more authentic than Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that.
It was a long shot to make the game. I mean, his backstory is Hall of Fame worthy versus Jerry Jones.
I don't care nothing about his backstory.
I'm just giving you the thinnest slice of all of this.
His backstory don't got nothing to do with why he is in the Hall of Fame.
No. I'm just trying to prove my point. Versus Jerry Jones, please. Your owner, you should be quiet as kept. We shouldn't even know who he is.
The Hall of Fame is about contributions to the Shield.
Exactly. This guy lit it up. He was playing 2 good offenses. He took 2 teams to the Super Bowl.
3 teams.
He took 3 teams. He took 3 teams to the Super Bowl.
I mean, 2 teams.
Look at the teams that he was on.
It don't matter.
The Cardinals. If the Cardinals didn't have Warner, you don't think they would? I don't think they would have made it to the Super Bowl, man.
Look, that team was, like I said in the beginning, they were poised to make a run like that. Kurt Warner was the right quarterback for that situation. I would say that they were not as good as the Rams team that Warner was on, right? They weren't that good,
doubt.
But they, I don't know. I just feel like
if they handed you that ballot and say, "Look, Q, it's up to you. Either put Jerry in or Kurt in," you would put Jerry in.
I'm gonna have to go with Jerry. I'm just saying his contributions are just outweigh Kurt Warner's. And not taking nothing away from Kurt Warner, man. I ain't taking that away from him.
You know what? I think my thing is just to end this for me.
Yeah,
I hear you. I feel the same way with Kurt Warner and Jason Taylor.
Yes.
I think that you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but you got to wait just like everybody else have to wait their turn. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't here this soon.
That's what.
What they first ballot?
I think Jason Taylor was. I think.
Yeah, I think he was, but no, he wasn't.
No, second.
But either way, you know what I'm saying? Like,
now, versus if Terrell Owens should be in above them too, without a doubt. But hey, it is what it is. But I don't think Jerry Jones should be there above no Terrell Owens. I mean, what's obvious about the guy? You know how to spend your money. You know who to support. Whatever, man.
In this league, man, that's an important thing. That's an important
obviously thing. Because he ain't been able to pay for one since 1996.
You think what happened to Baltimore's original team, Cleveland's team, Houston's team? You think that would ever happen to Dallas with Jerry Jones at the helm? No.
I don't think that's Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, that's good to be as an owner that you would keep people employed and all that stuff in the same place. And
it's about legacy, man. You know what I mean?
I don't understand it. I'm still stuck on stupid.
How Baltimore let the Colts slip out, under the cover of darkness or whatever. Cleveland did the same thing. I don't know exactly what happened in Houston, but you know, these teams, St. Louis, here's another one. You know what I'm saying? LA done lost 2 teams. You know what I'm saying? Like
so those owners are ineligible to win a gold jacket now. By the owner
because they're losers. They're losers.
Well, what has man? I'm done. Let's move on.
People, we 20 minutes in. Let's go, man.
Right. Okay. So that was a good conversation, though. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And Diego and them are talking Hall of Famers for players, coaches, and contributors who have made outstanding contributions to pro football. And I don't know, that sounded like he on my side, JB. That's what it sounded like to me.
That's what it sounded like to me.
You know, JB needs to learn the history of the NFL and how owners are influential. Would you say that as Steelers owners or Ravens owner to be in the Hall of Fame? Just saying.
No owner, period.
Wow. Okay.
Period. You
How
ain't
about
doing
they had
nothing.
their own little section in the hall, man?
Okay, then that's good, but you don't
All
get to have a speech and grace the stage with these men that gave all. You know, maybe y'all need to understand that it's called the Football Hall of Fame, and they call the Football Owners Hall of Fame.
But it don't.
I'm just saying. I mean, rename the whole damn thing, man. Okay. I don't understand a guy.
Look, we're gonna have to have a whole special show.
Yeah,
it don't make sense to me. I mean, I'm keeping it. I'm just dealing with the common sense part.
Okay.
He did it for Dallas. He didn't do it for in my opinion, for the league. If that was the case, it wouldn't be so much parity. His focus wouldn't be on his team winning if you Hall of Fame worthy.
Why not?
You may have had the most inflammatory comments or bold
so you don't think Jerry Rice's focus was
worthy.
on his team winning? You don't think Kurt Warner's focus was on his team winning? You don't think who else you can put in there?
Well, how many? Okay, for Kurt Warner's case, how many other places did Jerry Jones do this outstanding ownership work at?
It don't
Kurt Warner took 2 teams to the Super Bowl. So different teams.
So Kurt Warner's contribution was for the NFL, just like
he got Jones. Football stats. Jerry Jones has 0 football stats to be in Canton.
Actually, he does. Actually, he does. He got all the stats. He got all of them. They're his stats.
Well, how many passes he caught through, kicked, blocked? How many times? What was his number out there?
Okay.
Be for real.
Okay, cool. Listen, I just want to point out one special individual in the comment section, because you know I was waiting on this. This is the moment I've been waiting on since we started back this season. D1 Chosen is in the building.
In the house?
He is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what's
he
up,
says it's a damn
D1?
shame the Dolphins is gonna smack all of y'all. In spite of Jay Cutler. Okay. All right, cool. Because we talked about Jay Cutler already. I mean, you know. But okay, cool. All right, Glass.
Nothing with Jay Cutler's name in it has smacked anything in a long time. But
let him know. Okay, he been in the league 11 years. Only went to the playoff. Had 1 playoff.
It'll be teammates smacking hands on his returning his interceptions for 6.
Listen,
that's what
now,
you.
Just to put this in perspective.
D1, let me let you know, man. From being a Broncos fan, being a hometown Chicago Bears fan, you don't want none of that, bro.
You don't want none.
Real.
But let me put this in perspective for y'all. Y'all's quarterback goes down. JB, you real close. You kind of know where this is coming from. Your quarterback goes down. It's really close to the season starting. You get a dude that he's not a popular pick coming to your team to lead your team. What you gonna do? Be like, oh, I ain't with this, and be crying about it? No, you're gonna be like D1, and you're gonna be like, look, my team gonna still do big things, because in spite of who the quarterback is. You don't agree with his
no,
stance?
and I think he understands, like all of us, that Matt Moore will be throwing that football probably by week 5.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I can agree with that. I agree with that.
I agree with that too. So look.
So I'll still be saying big things, because that guy's a statue, and it's gonna happen to him.
And the exercise,
especially in that division, somebody touch him up.
And if they smart in Miami, they'll remove all exercise bikes from the sidelines if they know what's going on. I'm just saying, if they know what's. So listen, since we went ham in the beginning of the show, we're going to have to speed through this division. And I know, no disrespect, Steve, I know this is your division. I feel you, but we got to do it that way. Glass, where we going first, man?
I hate to say it, always from the bottom to the top, and of course, bottom dwelling is my hometown Chicago Bears that finished with 3-13 record, man. Yeah,
3-13.
Okay, speaking of the Jay Cutler ghost, man, we're gonna do this right quick.
All right.
The passing leader was Matt Barkley. He was splitting some start time with another guy, but 216 attempts, 129 completions, 1,611 yards, 8 TDs, 14 INTs. Beautiful. Sacked 6 times and had a 68% QBR. The rushing leader was Jordan Howard with 252 attempts, 1,513 yards, 6 TDs. Like that guy. Our receiving leader was Cameron Meredith with 66 receptions, 888 yards, 4 TDs. Defensive leader was Jarrell Freeman with 110 total tackles, and interception leader was good old Tracy Porter with 2, tied with another player on the team.
Wow. Okay. So the people in the comment section are really, really crapping all over the Chicago Bears right now, but we got to do our due diligence, Glass. So we got to do this. All right. So listen, I'm saying, you know, based on John Fox is my dude. You know what? I don't know what. Look, I know how you feel. You know, I ain't gonna make a big discussion about it, but he is a Super Bowl. You know, he done been with 2 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, he ain't no slouch of a coach. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just saying. I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is this, and I'm make it quick. I know we're gonna run through here. I agree with the people, the fans. Let me put this pile on my 2 pounds of ish on this pile real quick. The Chicago Bears are like one step away from being the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. I don't know what they're doing. Number one, you get rid of Jay Cutler, which I believe he outwore his welcome. I got that. But you bring in Mike Glennon from Tampa Bay, and you pay him twice as much as you pay Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Then you go to the draft, move up from the number 5 pick to the number 3 pick. I'm thinking, you know, I stopped doing what I was doing and watching who was gonna get. I thought it was gonna be Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Mitchell Trubisky?
Hey, it's crazy, man. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, it seemed like the GM in Chicago was like listening to the hype machine, because that's all, like, you know, you heard certain people in the media talking about, and they fell for it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that Diego was like, you know, he's like, that's cool. They gave us all them picks for you know, the move.
All right, man. All right, stop it. The only bright light that we have is the running back Jordan Howard. I like what he did his rookie season last year. He was running his ass off. But then we got rid of Alshon Jeffries, which I think we should have kept.
Yeah,
we get old timers back. We get a safety, Quentin Demps from the Giants, Prince Amukamura from the Jaguars, Kendall Wright from the Titans, wide receiver.
Yeah,
Marcus Wheaton from the Steelers. That's a good look. I like Marcus Wheaton.
Yeah.
Victor Cruz, he's long in the tooth, but it's all right from the Giants.
Yeah, and he provides a threat nonetheless. I don't know how you grade him, but it is a threat. So, you know.
But we got everything based around that quarterback. I think they're gonna start Mike Glennon. I don't know what we got Mitch and Trubisky, but Mike Glennon, I wasn't impressed with what I seen in Tampa Bay, so I'm not really looking forward to what I'm going to see with the Chicago Bears.
Cool. All right, so let's see what they're going to be able to do this season. They got open up against the Falcons and the Bucks, Steelers, Pack, Vikings, Ravens. I got my Panthers in the building, and they got the going out there to the Saints. They got a nice little bye week right there, week 9. Glass, what you said, they were 3 and something? They won 3 games last year.
Yeah.
Damn.
If they win one game before the bye, I'll be impressed.
I would too. I would definitely be super impressed. I would. You know,
I can see them get the 49ers. I can see them maybe get the Browns. They might get lucky one of these games up in here. But right now, when the dust settle, they're gonna be another 3-13.
It's a rough one, man. I'm actually thinking I don't even see how they can get 3 unless somebody just fall off a cliff.
I mean, and they might have the hardest schedule in the league. You got the Falcons, Bucks, Steelers, Packers, Vikings, Ravens, Panthers, then the Saints before the bye. You come out the bye with the Packers, Lions, Eagles, all right, 49ers, Bengals, Lions, Browns, and Vikings.
Browns and Eagles. There you go. That's it.
That's the 2.
That's it. 2 and 14.
They'll beat Minnesota too.
What? Because Minnesota. Well, Minnesota was hot. Then they kind of flipping off. We'll talk about them in a minute, but they kind of in rebuild mode right now. So I don't know. Anwar got 2 and 14. He agrees with me.
5 and 11.
Avery's got
Steve,
2 and 14.
what you smoking, man?
Bears got 5 and 11. Steve, yeah, Steve, come on, bro. And you in a division too. You ought to know better than this.
He just being generous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless he's being realistic and count one of those 5 wins versus the Packers.
Right.
Which I probably doubt that.
Right. So what you got, Q? 2 and 14?
2 and 14. Diego got 3 and 13. Slim 3 and 13. 4 and 12. JB, where you at?
3 and 13.
3 and 13. Cool. All right. So Glass, set us up.
All right. Next up is the Minnesota Vikings that finished 500 record, 8-8.
Wow. Nothing super impressive. That listen, they haven't really. They were on a upward tick. They were They were getting it done. They had the quarterback in place, running back. I don't know. Ever since this stuff went down with Peterson, it ain't really been the same. They didn't try two different running backs back there. They try to fill that void. But then they had some dynamic wide receivers and stuff. They defense was stepping up. They had Rhodes and a couple other people that was doing some things. And then it just all fell apart. I don't know what happened. I don't know. JB, what you got?
I just rather do their stats, man, and move on.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. All right. Obvious passing leader was Sam Bradford with 552 attempts, 395 completions, 3,877 yards, 20 TDs, 5 INTs, was sacked 37 times. QB ranking of 99.3. Jared McKinnon was the leading rusher, 159 attempts, 539 yards, 2 TDs. Receiving leader Stephon Diggs, 84 receptions, 903 yards, 3 TDs. Defensive leader was Eric Kendricks with 109 total tackles, and you mentioned Eric Rhodes was the INT leader with 5.
Which I thought that young defensive squad class was pretty good about 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like I said, I don't know exactly what happened in Minnesota, but between Teddy Bridgewater going down and stuff happening with Adrian Peterson, it's just I don't know, man. They just can't gel. I don't know what the problem is.
I think last year the transition from Bridgewater to Bradford probably had something to do with that a little bit. Yeah. Bradford is capable of running this, of holding this team up to Bridgewater come back. I don't know if Bridgewater coming back this year. With Adrian Peterson disappearing, going to the Saints, I think they did a good job bringing in Latavius Murray from the Raiders. They had to show up their offensive line because Bradford was getting touched too many times. I think they did a good job getting Riley Reef from the Lions and Mike Reimers from your Carolina Panthers. Yeah. So they still in a good position to do something in the NFC North.
Yeah, but offensively though, as far as like the weapons that he had, because he had our hometown boy who ain't there no more. Patterson, he's not there. What was the other wide receiver they had? That was he's still there. So
he's still there, right?
So they still got him. So I don't know. I just think offensively, they ain't really got the firepower to get it done. But Kevlar says, "Wow, such hot takes." I mean, that's kind of what we do. I'm just saying, But let's take a look at their schedule real quick and see, because JB ready to squash these dudes. So here we go. This one ain't really an easy walk in the park either. New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, which is going to be Tampa Bay going to be something that people are going to be talking about. I'm just saying. Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay, Baltimore, Cleveland, and they got a nice little bye. Like how the whole division going to be off on the same week? It's crazy. Anyway, you got Washington, LA. Okay, now things starting to pick up a little bit. We got Detroit, Atlanta, and Carolina. 3 road games. Then they come back and face the Bengals, go to Green Bay, and they finish up with with the Bears. I see. This actually don't look too bad. I can scrounge up about 6 out of that glass. What you got?
6 and 10.
I can see about 6 coming out of there. Not early. Not early.
Right. I'm going 9 and 5.
9. Mm-hmm. That's generous coming out of that first before the bye. How many they can get out of there?
Before the bye, they gonna lose 2, only 2. Steelers and Packers.
Wow. So they're gonna lose in Cleveland.
No, I said Steelers and Packers. No, that's the only 2 losses.
Oh, okay.
Steelers and Packers.
Okay. I don't know.
They'll lose to Lions, Falcons, Bengals, and Packers.
That's a little generous. What you got, JB?
6 and 10.
Ooh. So you're giving them, same record I'm getting. Yeah, because I'm telling you.
Maybe less, but you can't finish 8 and 8 with what you had and lose that and not replace it, and you're dependent on Sam Bradford. We've seen them.
Right. Well,
no.
Slim said they're gonna lose to the Bucks. Slim got them at 8 and 8, 7 and 9. Treadwell is in the doghouse. I get that. Okay, cool. So I don't know. Yeah, man, I think 6 and 10 is where I'm going to land on that one, and that one is a little shaky because that's scheduling in the beginning is a little bit it's a little bit rough. I mean, it's just the way it's laid out. I mean,
and excuse my math. I said 9-5. I meant 9-7.
Oh yeah, okay. They lose to the Ravens too. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with pretty much everything I'm seeing in the comment section. Slim, you give him one more win than I did, but I don't know where you see that one at. Unless they're gonna split with one of the division guys. Because I think they can. I think they're the team that can beat down the Bears. I think the Bears is gonna get just drugged by the division. I think the division is gonna just beat them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they are honestly in the rebuild mode. They got rid of the cancerous Jay Cutler. You know, they drafted a guy. They got some stuff already legitimately in place with Jordan Howard, and they got Meredith. They starting all the way over. They got rid of Alshon, all the old bad habits, except John Fox, of course. But he'll be soon to follow if they don't have a successful season.
Yeah. Right. So Diego got the Vikes 7-9. 7-9. I think it's a tad generous. Just a little bit.
Y'all ain't giving no Minnesota Vikings respect.
I ain't saying that he's giving the house away, Diego. I ain't saying that he's doing that. I'm just saying he might be 1.5 games over what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Every say the Bears get swept. I think so too.
But I will give Sam Bradford some credit. You know, the guy had 20 touchdowns versus 5 interceptions. He had almost 4,000 yards. They threw the ball a whole hell of a lot. He almost had 600 attempts. So,
but that's what you're going to expect from a guy like him, though. I mean, they really ain't got the same kind of running game they had before.
Right.
He's gonna be handing the ball off like that, so he's gonna be slinging that thing. I mean, that's what he's gonna be doing. I'm just afraid that he don't have the same kind of offensive firepower to put them kind of numbers up.
That's the question right there.
Right.
Well, I mean, Thielen kind of came out of nowhere. But Diggs was there, and still probably their number one weapon on offense, and that's probably they don't get it done.
Okay, so I feel you, Diego. He said that the defense may win them 1 or 2 games long. Okay, so I get it. That's where the 7 come from. That's where the other 2 come from, or the 1.5. Bradford might get hurt this year. It's a miracle he didn't get hurt. I don't know, man. I think early in his career he was kind of going through some stuff. I think it ain't been an issue since, has it, Glass?
A little bit, I mean, he came into the league with 2 shoulder surgeries from Oklahoma, so
right.
And then compared to the beginning, he doing good. He did good.
Because I know he got smashed up in the end zone early in his career, and he re-injured the shoulder. But it's been straight since then, though, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah.
So Vikes got Cooks, Kyle Rudolph as a solid tight end, sleeper fantasy pick.
Right.
And people do sleep on Rudolph, and he show up. So he show up like he do, right? But he ain't no, He ain't no Greg Olsen or no Kelsey or nobody like that. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Glass, what's next?
Next up is the Detroit Lions, who finished season 9-7.
Yeah.
Team I actually believe in.
Yeah, you know what, Glass? I'm gonna tell you, I think this might be the year that this team finally kind of gets it together and everybody get it. Because you know what? We always say the same thing about this team, and after JB gives us a synopsis, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. And I mean, I know because some years I'm down on Detroit, and some years I'm not. But this year's I got a good feeling about some stuff here. All right, JB, give it to me.
All right, Detroit Lions passing leader Matthew Stafford, 594 attempts, 388 completions, 4,327 yards, 24 TDs, 10 INTs, was sacked 37 times. Finished the season with a ranking of 93. The rushing leader was Theo Reddick, but that is not their main guy. I think we all know that. 92 attempts, 357 yards, 1 TD. Receiving leader was Golden Tate, 91 receptions, 1,077 yards, 4 TDs. Defensive leader was T. Whitehead with 132 total tackles. And the interception leader was Raphael Bush, tied with 2. Another play.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say, Glass. I always said that the quarterback there is not a bad quarterback. His numbers are serviceable, right? But I always said until they kind of remind me of the New York Giants, until they known for just smash mouth, running the ball, just like pounding you down. But they've been trying to be finesse over the last couple of years with doing all this fancy stuff with all these wide receivers and whatnot. And now they're getting back to that. They're getting back to smash mouth style football, and that's what's going to make them, a competitor this year to Green Bay. Because the other 2 teams really ain't even in this at all.
I'm gonna disagree with you, man. You said smash mouth football. Who's the running back? That's the problem.
They've been doing it with like 7 guys, but it don't even matter. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's the main problem. They don't have concrete running back. They don't have nobody running the ball because Matthew Stafford. I've been listening to the stats that JB put out there, and I was shocked to hear 24 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. That means he has to sling the ball. That's all they got. Like I said, the run game is shot now. With Calvin Johnson leaving beginning last season, it helped out that they had Golden Tate and Anquan Bolden, but now Anquan Bolden's not there.
Right.
He's with the Bills. So I think they got a hard road to toe.
Whoever they can get and they can settle on at running back. And as long as he's a bruiser and not a space dude, because I'm telling you, I don't like these space dudes. They get on my nerves. You know, and I know we got one in Carolina that everybody gushing over, but I'm not a space running back type of guy. I want to see a dude put his head down and knock people out. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? And they get a guy like that, they good. I'm telling you, they straight. What you think, JB?
They need a couple more outside guys too.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. And they would never smash mouth, but they were back in the day when they had even when they had Barry, he was more of a finesse dude. But still, you know, they need to get somebody who was tough. You know, that space stuff, you know, that Reggie Bush crap, and it's ridiculous. I can't stand it. You know what I mean? I hate it. You know?
Okay.
He said Lions haven't had a good running back since Reggie Bush, and I never was a Reggie Bush guy except for his first couple years in New Orleans. He was good. You know?
Right.
But I don't know. Ebron finally got to step up. Absolutely. He should be kind of close to his. He should be in
if he could stay healthy, yeah. I'm not here. I'm sorry. I do. That's the one that needs to stay healthy.
Right. Came in around he came in the same year as Newton, right? He should be like getting ready to re-up his contract or something. Like, what's going on with him? You know, I ain't heard nothing come out about that. Lions
stay healthy.
Haven't had a good running back since Barry Sanders. Okay, I agree. I definitely agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we got here. See if they can put up a fight against Green Bay, or is Green Bay just gonna walk away with the crown just because? Right. All right, here we go. All right, they open up in Arizona. They got the Giants on the road. Them Falcons come in there. They got the Vikings on the road. Panthers come in there. Saints early bye. Not real early, but earlier than the other two teams we talked about. They come back. They got Pittsburgh, the Pack, Brown, Bears, Vikings, Ravens, Bucks, Bears, Bengals, Packers. So, look, I think with a schedule like this, and I ain't even seen Green Bay's yet. I think with a schedule like this, like I said, I ain't seen Green Bay's yet, but this is setting them up to be in a good place. I'm giving them 9 wins. 9 is a little tough. 8-8, 9-7. That's where I'm at with it, Glass. That's where I'm at.
All right, I'm with you. 8-8.
Yeah. Some Jay say he calling it they would beat the Falcons. Wow. Upset alert. I think he's just trying to rub Aries the wrong way. We got M1 in the building 9-7. Lions I do have at 9-7. That's Steve from Sports Talk Network. Josh Spencer is in the building. What's up, homie? Aries got him at 10-6. So Aries, I mean, I like 10-6 is doable. I think it is, but I'm 8-8, 9-7 is where I'm at. JB, what you got?
8-7-1 tying the Bengals. You don't want to play that tie cursed team that late in the season, and you'll need that one divisional win against Green Bay to make a break, and they won't get that one either. So 8-7-1, the tie will hurt them.
Surprised you calling the tie because you done been very vocal about how you feel about ties. I'm surprised that you calling the tie.
Well, I mean, anytime you got a team that's almost there and a team like the Bengals, you can kind of that's good. That's a good mix for a tie game.
So what did you say it was?
8-7-1.
Okay.
You know what? If he hit that on the mark, Glass,
man, I'm gonna let y'all know.
Jim Caldwell's a hell of a coach and a big reason why Flacco has Super Bowl ring.
Overrated.
Big reason why Flacco has Super Bowl ring. Can you say the same thing about? Can you say that's the reason why Peyton Manning got one too? Is I mean, if we going with that situation there?
Is that question for me? I think he's a good coach. Okay, moving on.
I mean, he said he's one of the big reasons why Flacco got a Super Bowl ring.
I don't know about all that, but okay.
But he was there in Indianapolis when they won a Super Bowl too, right?
No.
What he wasn't there at the time?
No, it was the black coach. Oh, with the other black coach.
Dungy.
Right? Dungy, yeah. It was Dungy that won it because they beat the Bears.
But I'm saying though, Caldwell wasn't the coach of the Ravens when the Ravens won. He wasn't the head coach there.
No.
Just like he went head coach in Indy.
Coordinator.
But the dude got 2 Super Bowl rings. What I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's like Jerry Jones getting in the Hall of Fame. It's the same thing. It's the same situation. Wow. It's the same thing. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Doing that.
That D is why Flacco got a ring. There you go, Aries. You know what you're talking about.
There you go.
That's what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so what we got that one already? We all in?
Yep.
We all in. Okay, cool. Cool, Glass. What's we know what's next. But
we know who it is. Steve's team. Green Bay Packers finished the season 10-6 and won the division.
Yeah. Mr.
Green Bay passing leader, Aaron Rodgers, 610 attempts, 401 completion, 4,428 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, was sacked 35 times, finished the season with a rating of 104.1. Yeah. Rushing leader was Ty Montgomery with 77 attempts, 457 yards, 3 TDs, but he was splitting carries with Chubb Rock, Eddie Lacy. Receiving leader was Jordy Nelson with 97 receptions, 1,257 yards, 14 TDs. Defensive leader was Morgan Burnett with 93 total tackles. Interception leader was Clinton Dix with 5 INTs. Clear-cut leader.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Glass. It's my understanding of football history that Tony Dungy gets the credit for winning the Super Bowl against Chicago with Prince as the halftime show, right? And then he turned the team over to Jim Caldwell, who didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
He ended up leaving and going to Detroit, right?
Right.
That's what I thought. Okay, I just want to make sure. I was looking at the comments, and I thought
remember when Peyton Manning got hurt and they went what? They only won 1 game.
Right, and that's the reason why Andrew Luck is there right now.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure my history was good because I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, Steve, it's just about you right now, Steve. You and your Go Pack Go and all that. But I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say about the Green Bay Packers, right? I'm not gonna say that they're not a good team. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm gonna say this though, and I know I might get blasted for this. But man, they seem like almost like they rocking the horseshoe. Like they got the horseshoe shoved so far up in them. It's just like schedule's been laid out good for them.
Not this one.
Well, I'm just saying in the past, and then whenever they got to the playoffs, the opponent's been laid out in a pretty good fashion for them. I'm just saying, it's a lot of times the Green Bay is in position to do stuff, and they ain't really do a whole lot to earn it. I'm just saying. I know people gonna say relax, and we're gonna run the table and all this stuff. I'm just saying it's easy to run the table.
Okay, wait. But Q, every time he says something, doesn't he do it?
Because
I don't believe I'm sitting here keeping up with a team I hate in the Packers.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Keep up for Aaron Rodgers.
Because Aaron Rodgers won't say something like that unless he look at the schedule and like, okay, I'm looking at the last 7 games. I got Detroit on here twice. I got Chicago on here. I got these busted teams on the schedule. I'm gonna get on TV and say I'm gonna run a tab because you know what? The percentage of him doing that was very high, and everybody agreed with that.
Come on, Q.
So nobody was surprised when they did it. Nobody.
Because they had Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is due to doing stuff like that. Let me just did you hear what JB said? 40 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. That fool is the best QB in the NFL. I don't believe I'm saying this ish about the Packers, but I like keeping it real around here, man. That man right there threw 2 damn Hail Marys. They counted.
I am shocked.
He got Hail Marys in his back pocket, bro.
I am shocked about this. I'm shocked that a person like you, Glass, can sit there.
I know. Listen, man. I love my hometown Chicago Bears. I hate the Packers just as much as I hate the Raiders. I hate the Patriots. But we got to keep it real. There ain't no bias in here. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback up in here. Look at who he's dealing with. He got Jordy Nelson on one side. He got Randall Cobb on the other side. Now they got Ty Montgomery in the backfield running the ball. Come on, man.
Look, if he was as good as you say he was, they'd have been in another Super Bowl by now. How many Super Bowls he done won? And
they got a shitty defense, man.
I don't care what they got. For you to say that, it disrespects people like Eli Manning, who can put up the same amount of numbers. But you Eli Manning.
Whoa! Did you just hear me? 40 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. How many tell me Eli Manning could do that?
Eli Manning had what 30-something touchdowns last season.
To how many interceptions?
It don't. That's the point.
Oh my gosh!
JB, what was Rodgers' interception number?
7.
7.
Okay, that's cool.
To 40 touchdowns.
That's cool. Well, Eli wasn't that far, but I think Eli was at 10. I think 11, maybe 12 at the most. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You ain't gonna tell me, because I mean, we're talking about the same kind of guys who just close their eyes and throw the ball up, and you're gonna tell me, oh, Aaron Rodgers come out on the other side of that? Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
Come on.
Get out of here, man.
All right. Who's your best quarterback in the NFL? Let me hear it. Put you on the spot.
Oh.
You actually thinking about this?
I gotta think about it because you know what, the numbers are great. I think, and like I said, Aaron Rodgers has always been in a good position to do stuff like all these ridiculously, and I can count 4 of them that come in my mind right now. Hail Mary touchdowns, right?
Yeah,
that's impossible. People don't do that.
But he does it. You know what? I'm gonna end this right here. They about to win their 6th division title in 7 years.
Yep.
Bam.
That puts him in the Hall of Fame over a few already.
Wow, JB, you killing me.
Just alone.
You're killing me.
That means that he made the Pro Bowl every year he played in the playoffs. Damn near every year that he played.
And that's a beautiful thing. But
how many
since Rodgers got under center, how many Super Bowls have they brought back to Tinseltown? How many?
One.
It's a team game, man.
Okay. All I can say is in the same amount of time, Eli Manning has 2. In the same amount of time.
I put you like this, bro. If Packers had Carolina defense, they had multiple Super Bowls already, man.
That's cool. I'm cool with the whole, if in buts. I'm cool with that. But I'm just saying, in the same amount of time, Eli got 2. In the same amount of time, Ben has 2. In the same amount of time, all these other dudes done won Super Bowls, like bowls with an S on the end.
When last time Green Bay had a good defense?
Look,
you can't sit here and go one side of the ball. You just said the Giants won 2 Super Bowls because of their defense. Don't say Eli. Please don't say Eli.
Because their quarterback was bad either. You talk about a clutch player. Talk about somebody who was there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Rodgers. Oh, he get all hurt up and he limping around, and I don't know, man. I don't believe in the Aaron Rodgers like that, because you know what? I think it's great to watch him do all that stuff. But
I'm sorry.
But the payoff, if the payoff is
JB,
watching him lose,
I'm straight Xing out Big Q. JB, who's your best quarterback in the NFL?
Listen,
I'm talking to JB.
It's 32 of them, man. So I think you have to break it down. That's the argument can go 1,000 different ways. System, team. Right. What kind of stuff they run in.
How y'all circling around the question?
But hold on though.
This is what he's saying. Because a dude can put a blindfold on and throw a ball up in the air.
Nah,
you gotta give more credit than that.
Nah, it ain't about that. Anytime you can put back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons together, your interception to touchdown ratio is not even close.
Drew Brees is better.
He's up there, but 40-7, man, that ain't bad for almost 5,000.
It's not, but the results.
6 division titles in your and on an 8-year career, you got to be 8 or 9-year career,
the results
10 maybe.
How many division titles did the Ravens win back to back? And how many?
Not 6. I tell you that.
How many Super Bowl champions they got the championships to prove it? Green Bay ain't got that. That's what I'm saying.
So you going by rings?
I ain't going by rings. I'm just saying results.
That's what you just.
I'm just saying
that's
results.
What you telling me.
All I see Green Bay do is in the divisional round or the championship round get beat. I see them get beat by Kurt Warner.
You are the sole reason.
Eli Manning. I see them get beat.
You're the sole reason that Jerry Jones is in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
you're thinking. You're the sole reason. That kind of thinking right there. It's about rings. So you're saying Dan Marino was not one of the all-time greats that deserved to be?
That's all I'm saying.
He was one of the all-time greats.
Okay, it ain't about the rings, man.
But I'm just saying, all I see Green Bay do is lose in the playoffs. I don't care how many times they made it.
We talk. Okay, are we talking about the Green Bay, or are we talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Aaron Rodgers has been the quarterback for the last 6, 7, 8 years, right? Am I wrong about this?
He's been the quarterback more than that, man.
Well, still, and that's even worse. You've been there that long, they've been to the playoffs that many times, done won that many titles, and you can't get out of the playoffs.
Big Q, I'm just going to end this conversation with these numbers. He was 40-7 this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
31-8 last year, 38-5 the year before, 17-6 the other year, 39-8, 45-6. What else you want, man?
Not even worth arguing about. Let's go to the schedule right now.
Really? So look, I'm with you, Slim. The Ghosts don't lose in championship games. And I say Aaron Rodgers ain't won a bowl in 7 years, but their defense is trash. And their defense is trash. It's been trash for a while. But you know what? You can say the same thing about the Saints too. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees fall in the same category. They're great. They put up great numbers. They do, but it ain't enough.
I can't for the guy that they trying to claim that is the greatest ever, which is Brady, right?
Yeah.
As a lot of his Super Bowl wins did not come down to him.
Oh, absolutely not. I
okay, so
I would never say he was the greatest. You've got
to add the whole thing. The Packers defense ain't been Super Bowl caliber in a long time. I think since the Reggie White days.
Right.
Okay. I'll give you that. Okay. Cool, man.
But he was the sole reason why they got that one that he's got.
Thank you.
So,
yes,
a lot of other stuff going on there here too. I'm just saying.
Steve Copeland, you're welcome. I ain't keeping up with the Packers anymore, man.
Wow, Jordan and
I just got to defend against
Super Bowl.
The thinking of Q, man. I'm glad you ain't.
Look, it ain't just me. You ain't looking at it. Look, Anwar, your boy, a fellow Ravens fan, was like Brady threw 28 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in 12 games. Beautiful thing, right? It's beautiful. But he got the championships to prove it. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you're gonna put up pristine stats like that, that's great.
Okay, was that hit this past year's stats?
I think it was, but because he only played 12 games, remember he was suspended for 4 of them.
Right.
Yeah. So 5 rings.
He got to be damn near 40 years old.
He actually just celebrated his 40th birthday a couple days ago.
I'm just saying, you've been doing something that long, you better be good. Otherwise, it's a waste. You've been playing for how many years, and you still throwing double-digit interceptions?
Listen, to both of y'all, I definitely don't think that Aaron Rodgers is a slouch quarterback. He's definitely in the top 5 of quarterbacks. He is.
Man, he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Basically, in my opinion. Between him and Breeze and a couple more.
So let's move on, man.
Wow, because we ain't going to agree on that. Okay, cool. Here we go. Here goes the schedule here. All right, look at the Seahawks showing up for the first time. And we got the Falcons in there. Bengals, Bears, Cowboys, Vikes, Saints. And they got a Week 8 bye. Let's look at this first group here real quick, Glass. Looks pretty interesting to me. It could go either way. I mean, I don't know which Cowboys we're going to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know about that. I don't even know which Bengals we're going to see. But I know what we got in Seattle. And I know what we got in Atlanta. And I know what we got in New Orleans. You know what I mean? So, out of those 7, I can grab
at worst 5 and 2.
They can grab 5 of those easy. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, and we go to the second bottom half. Okay, division, Ravens. They got the Ravens in Green Bay. So then they got to go out to Hines and see the Steelers. Bucks come in there. Browns, Panthers on the road. They got the Vikes. They got the Lions. Okay, so in that group of games, what you got, JB? I see. So
where they finished last year?
We already gave them 5. I don't know. Where they finished at last year?
I'll tell you just a sec. 10-6.
I think they'll finish 10 to get it done this year with these because their schedules. The North got a pretty hard scheduling, but I think 10 or 11 will. I'm gonna give them 10 to be realistic because the schedule pretty.
I like 10 too. 11 at the best. I think 10 will get it done. I think I don't think it's gonna be no, week 10 talking about we're gonna run the table. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Sorry, Steve. That ain't gonna happen. But 10 will get it done. 10 wins in the division, Glass.
Yep.
I'm gonna agree with y'all. 10-6, 11-5. I'm gonna say 11-5.
Okay, so Steve said 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers. I do have 13-3 this season. Woo.
13-3.
Woo. Good luck to the Lions and the Vikings to fight and race to second place and maybe a wild card spot for NFC playoffs. Aries 10-6, 11-5 at best. Slim 11-5 with a bye, then losing to a hungry road team, and they get bounced in the play. Well, we know that's gonna happen regardless, right? But that's just what it is. But 10 or 11, I think that's the thing that everybody's saying. Anwar got 12. But that still gives them the division. They still put them in a good place. They still go into the playoffs, regardless, right?
Would this be 7 straight, Glass if they win the division this year?
Would it be 7 straight?
Would it be 6? Would it be 7 out of 8 or something like that?
It'll be the 7th out of 8th or 9th time they went to the playoffs and lost. That's what it'll be.
It'll be the 6th division title in 7 years.
Yes, and then they lose.
They lost to Minnesota. Minnesota was on that miracle.
Well, I tell you this, Q. They don't go to Super Bowls and lose. I guarantee you that.
Wow, that was wow. That came out of nowhere. You know.
So I'm just saying why you.
That was damn. Wow. That was a shot, wasn't it, Glass? Wasn't it?
I'm just saying, man. You're sitting there trying to bash like they some like they the Cincinnati Bengals or something.
Okay, well, listen.
Packers we talking about.
You talking about my team going to the Super Bowl twice and losing it? That's great. My team is only 22 years old.
I did not say your team, but since you said that, then let's go with that. The
Packers are 100 years old. So
Aaron Rodgers ain't been the quarterback for them for 100 years.
But it don't matter. You're talking about a very young team that doesn't like you. Show me another team that made it to the playoffs twice in 22 years. Show me in their first 22 years.
This guy's on it today, ain't he?
Yeah, right. Right.
You show me.
He straight got some clap back on his line.
It's happening with you right now.
You show me another team that made it to the Super Bowl twice in their first 22 seasons. And then
I'm sure they're out there. Let me just do some research.
The Ravens have, and they won both of them.
Oh, okay, the Ravens did. Okay, the Ravens did. Okay, because they did it in like 11 years, I think it was. It might have been shorter than that. But they don't count because they ain't really the Ravens. They're the Cleveland Browns.
They don't count.
They don't count. You know
we did it with those logos, man. I don't care how you want to chop that up.
It don't count. It don't count. And what time of the Panthers did lose? Yeah, we did lose. I'm saying, look, you got it.
I think that's Hall of Fame worthy, actually.
Wow.
For Art Modell, put him in.
Look, I don't know about Art Modell, but maybe Ozzy, maybe.
Let's go. That works for me.
Yeah.
Since you ain't got to do much, but have a ring. In your opinion, let's go.
Ozzy did more than that. His contributions, well, okay, because you know what? If you really want to talk about, it, he done did a lot. You know, he done put Ozzy, especially like for people like Ray Lewis.
More so than Jerry Jones ever will football wise. But I ain't gonna go back to that, man.
Yeah. Listen, it was a very lively, riled up show. The comment section is going nuts as always. Appreciate you guys joining us and dealing with JB. You will get you gonna get. You ain't even know when it's coming. You ain't even gonna know when it's coming because that was the lowest blow you done ever dealt on this.
That ain't low. You know how big Packer Nation is. You sitting there talking these false stats.
Do you know? but for you coming at Carolina Panther Nation like that?
But it's the truth. They gonna read the same thing. That's real. That ain't fake.
Wow.
You with the two. You 0-2 in Super Bowls. That's real. That's nothing you could say to me or to anybody else who would say that. And that's not be real.
It don't count because they were the Cleveland Browns. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like it was a brand new franchise. It was and Cleveland Browns got to be one of the oldest franchises in history of the NFL.
Well, I guess the Colts older Baltimore, championship too. Then
no, because the Colts are the Colts. The Colts didn't change. The Colts just moved. You know what I mean? So no,
they owe us a championship.
No, they don't. They owe y'all nothing.
All right, we don't owe Cleveland Jack either. They gotta get it out of there.
Y'all had to go to court for that nonsense. Anyway, let's wrap this puppy up because y'all have been wild today. And this show was it's supposed to have been about a quiet as kept division that's kind of tucked away in the north. Ain't nobody paying attention to, but y'all blew the spot up real big. And it's great. It's cool. I want to thank everybody who participated. And Glass, I know you can probably do a better job reading off all them names than I can. A lot of people showed up today. I definitely appreciate everybody. Amwar, Aries, Steve, Slim J. I don't like doing it because I don't want to forget nobody. Because there was a lot of people came through. D1, yeah, okay, cool. So, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Glass, because I don't want to talk to JB right now. Go ahead and put yourself over real quick. Let everybody know what's going on, man.
This show had no breaks. That's all I got to say. This your boy Glass from Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports the way you want it. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook at Get With It Sports. Check out the blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Email me at getwithitsports2, that's number 2, at gmail.com. Man, this show was crazy. I still try to get myself together. But anyway, if you don't catch me here, you can catch me on Friday afternoons, noon, Central Standard Time. Me and Brandon do a live show now with the super producer right here, Big Q.
Appreciate it.
Join us on YouTube, live, Periscope. Anybody else? Am I forgetting?
No, I think
Periscope and YouTube.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
Check out if you want to join the Pick 'em or Shut Up League, our NFL weekly picks league that we have going on for like 6 years already. Email me, getwithitsports2 at gmail.com, or hit me on Twitter at getwithitsports so you can join in. Every year it gets bigger and better, so check us out there.
Wow. Okay. I appreciate that. Diego, listen, man, salute to you and Urban Arena and everybody involved with that, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you was able to stop through and check us out, man. I definitely appreciate that. Steve got the Packers and Ravens week
in the Super Bowl.
It just said I got Panthers and Ravens week this year.
Oh, okay. I know that. I'm gonna say, whoa,
JB, you hit me in the gizzards, man, and that kind of hurt my feelings. You did it on live internet broadcast, and this goes out to the world, and everybody saw that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is Black and Blue podcast.
So now I got to rebuild my reputation, and you're supposed to be my brother. You know what I'm saying? So next week, people, if y'all see a different person sitting in that seat over there, you'll know why. Anyway, Jimmy, put yourself over there. Let's go.
Oh man!
Well, you know, see it coming. Tell me we're gonna see it coming.
You see, world, this is what happens when you tell the truth, man. I ain't lying. Look what happens when you say stuff that makes sense. Anyway, we got a week for Q to get the salt off of him, so it'd be all right though. Yeah. But first and foremost, like always, glad to have you here, Q. Glad you're still doing this. I'm still a part of it. For all the people in the comments, all the people that let their friendly banter go wild in the comment section, I appreciate it. I love it. But you can always catch me here on live or at Raven Shogun on Twitter.
Beautiful. Definitely appreciate it, fellas. Y'all brought the heat today. It was good. Again, I said I didn't expect this out of the show today, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It's awesome. Glass, can't wait to hook up with you on Friday noon to do that. Aries. Oh, he said, talking to you, Glass. He said, put me down now. I think, is he in the Pick 'em and Shut Up? You need to hook up with him.
Hit me up at Get With The Sports, man.
Let me talk about that.
Or email.
And then I will be joining Diego Barishnikov and Uncle Hate on AA Sports tomorrow night as we discuss the NFC South, which we already done on this show. But it should be interesting because they got representatives from 3 of the 4 divisions, I want to say. That's what I want to say. We'll find out. But yeah, so I'll be there tomorrow night, so you guys check that out on AA Sports on YouTube, and that's why I will be representing my Carolina Panthers without JB trying to put bullets in the back of my head. Anyway, you guys have been awesome tonight. I definitely appreciate the banter. Everything has been cool. We will see you guys next week. Oh, a Glass will be putting up a poll. We getting down to the nitty gritty, right?
Yep. We got AFC South and AFC East.
Both really, really good. So that should be good. So that'll be on Twitter. When you guys see that, go ahead and vote on it. Let us know what AFC division out of the last 2 that we want to do next week. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We out of here. Peace. Okay.